There it goes. We're live. So first and foremost, as we say every week, shout out to anybody watching this on the replay. We'll make sure we show love to those watching on the replay. But we are giving our folks a couple minutes to get in here live. As Corey's phone goes crazy over there.
Yeah, my foot on berserk.
Your phone going nuts right now. But shout out to anybody who's already here. We got folks coming in. I see everybody coming in though. Keep it moving this here. I got some. I want some more. Just keep it moving for a second. In a second though. But cool. What's up with you, bro?
Man, I'm living La Vida Loca, bro.
Okay,
Life is good, man.
Everything good?
Yeah, man. I helped some people make some money this week. So
I'm about to ask you, how was your week?
Man, it was cool for me. I'm gonna make money whatever the market do.
Yeah.
So because I'm out here. I'm working on a few different passive income streams, but what I'm working on with the folks in the trading group is consistency. You know what I mean? Like how to consistently take profits out of get the reparations out of the market.
Market reparations, huh?
Yeah, man. So people, they was able to get some reparations out the market this week. I did. This is my second week in a row where I gave an hour or two back to the folks that's in our group, and second week in a row we getting results as far as people making money. So that's really that's what it's about, man. We gotta get the people off the plantation, man, so we can party like it's 1999.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the MDC and those that joined Corey in that class. He did this past week. He did a little private session for MDC members. That was dope. I couldn't make it, but I heard it was dope. Folks told me that they was making some bread using the strategies that you taught within that class. So we're going to check in with our folks, man. As you come in, do me a favor, please hit the like button. Let us know who is here. Corey, you got going vibrate or something, bro. Pause. But they got keep it moving here. Who says, yeah, y'all won, but that don't mean nothing. You remember he was in here last week talking all that Niner stuff.
You know what I'm saying? We told you it was Bang Bang Birdie Gang, and you still wanted to keep talking that Niner stuff.
Yeah, you had to go. Sorry, you had to watch your quarterbacks get put in body bags. It was like, karate kid out there.
Record, y'all think y'all coach a genius? He's an idiot.
And put him in a body bag. Yeah,
your coach is an idiot.
Mad Karate Kid, yo. Mad Karate Kid going on. Latoya, I was just getting ready to send you a message. You know what I'm saying? That thing came in the mail, so we straight. You know what I mean? Like,
we definitely need to get on. We need to get on a Zoom with you very shortly.
Oh yeah, we try and take that thing nationwide, huh? But here we going. Latoya, I appreciate you as always. Is in the building. Jamil, what up, though? Detois in the building. Octavia's in the building. Tay,
so what it is though?
I don't see Dan, but I'm gonna say what's up to Dan because if Tay here, that means Dan is here. So shout to Dan too. Hold on,
what it is though? Hey, what's going on?
Cheating ass V Don is in the building. What's good,
my guy?
How are you, brother? Kahan is in the building. What's good, Kahan? You know what I'm saying? She says, "Hooray! I'm glad and let me know." Absolutely. So like as the flyer states, we're gonna have a conversation about just what's going on in the corporate world and in the workplace.
This John.
Yeah, Corey. Yeah, Corey got. That's how y'all know Corey making money. His phone is always going to be
easy, young Jeezy.
those are dividend alerts right there.
They are. Mind your business.
Ping, ping, ping. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Mind your business.
But no, we're gonna have a short show this evening because we got to prepare for the youth tomorrow. We got a class tomorrow with the Brewerytown Sharswood kids. We had a live class last week that was pretty dope, man. Like, and those kids, they range from ages 5, and then from 5 literally to like 23 is the oldest.
Yep.
And all in the same space, sharing energy and learning information, and that's very powerful, man. And so shout out to everybody who helped put that together. We did it right in the community, right in North Philly, in Brewerytown. Yo, it's crazy to go through Brewerytown, bro, because like.
Yeah,
when you see
you on one block and that joint look like a bomb went off in that joint.
Yo,
and you in the next block, it's $500,000 houses.
Dog, them joints going 7, 8 now. Like it's insane to see the transition that's happening right before our eyes, man. So, but it's still folks on the other side of that. So, but the babies, man, the babies are brilliant, man. always, always, always. And
Trying to
you
still go in that neighborhood while it's still black.
know, yo, Corey be wilding, yo. All right, so yo, with that being said, though, yo, you out of pocket, yo.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Those Pelosi leaps alerts on your phone, bro. You hear them Nancy
No,
Pelosi
thank
leaps
you.
on your phone. Yeah, yeah, man. All right, so and that's what's sad. We don't own none of it.
That's not true.
So here's the thing. Um, some of it we do, but a lot of it we don't anymore. A lot of it's changing hands, right? So that's the thing. But some of it, and shout out to Greg Parker too, because he does a lot of work in the area. He actually has a community center like right around the corner from when we doing these classes, so he still got his hand in there. And also, I ain't gonna put this brother's name out there, but one of the biggest black developers in the city
Yep.
is doing a project in Brewery Town now too. That's my OG, and he's doing a whole block right there. He bought a whole block down there. So,
Yeah, it's
so
definitely black hands in
so
there.
it's some folks with some stuff in there, and I just helped a couple other folks get some stuff right there on 29th
One of the
Street.
families we was teaching,
Yeah, I helped them get a nice piece of land down there too.
so
But
you know what I mean.
yeah, so we out here working, man. We trying
We
to get.
literally out here buying the hood, bro. We not people be
But it's still interesting to see the transition because, like Corey said, like block to block is wild, but it's like it's happening, and the numbers are there. The sales are happening. Chaz, what's really good? He said Corey ain't lying though. Yeah.
yeah,
How
man.
long? We still trying to hold on land in that neighborhood.
Jenny is definitely on the block. I was walking around. I was like, this joint used to be a war zone, and now Jenny just walking around unchecked.
Said you help me too. Don't sleep on your skills. Now, all right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate that, man. That's what I'm here for, man. And as always, my inbox is open, man. When people ask if I can help, I'm here. That's beautiful. It's that way in Detroit too. Listen, man, Detroit about to get Wimbenyama, and when that happened, man, your city about to go crazy. Jenny already pulled up in Detroit, so Detroit is about to be
Jenny
that
got
place.
a fat booty in Philly though.
And for those who don't know who Jenny is, though, that's our nickname for
Gentrification.
Yeah. So, Jovan, what's good with you? What's good with you?
What it is though?
Listen, man. So, a couple conversations, man. First and foremost, man, shout out to everybody that supports everything we do because our numbers are still growing. If you don't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, that we're putting a lot of energy over there. We're getting ready to have some original content drop over there as well. We got clips on there. We got shorts on there. So make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on all socials. Now, with that being said, the conversation we're going to have briefly, and I'd like to get the feedback from the folks that are in the chat watching. Have you went back to the office yet, or are you still working from home, or are you just quit your job? Like, what's your situation? And the reason I'm asking that question is I was looking at a survey that came out today, and it was in conjunction with I was talking to one of my clients this week, and I'm gonna preface it by telling this story. I was talking to my clients, and they were talking about how their job, and they work in the healthcare field, but in the corporate side for a very, very, very large company. And they have an amazing job, make a ton of money. And they were telling me how their data showed the folks that work there. They had a meeting, and the meeting showed that literally they are far more productive working from home. Yet they still were asking them to come back into the office. So I'm asking her, I'm like, well, if the data is actually showing you're more productive, why? She said the president and CEO was like, because we paid for this building. Literally, it's a real estate decision. And she said, well, that still doesn't make any sense because whether I drive in or sit home, either way you pay for the building. Like, what's me being there really going to do? Like, you know what I mean? But that got me to thinking. And then after that, a study came out, which was kind of wild. So I'm going to show y'all a couple things real fast, though. Corey, you got any thoughts on that, though?
Yo, man, it's all going to be based on business decisions. Like, because the thing about it is, right, they paying for the building. And like she said, they're going to pay for the building, whether the employee's there or not. And if the production is up, you're making more money. So I don't see why it's necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Toya said twice a week.
Kahan, same thing.
So his spot is 2 days mandatory. Well, I mean, that's still better than it was before, though, right? Brick and mortar. It's about the real estate, also that sense of control.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too.
Tax
Like,
write-offs.
I
That
think,
sense of
I
control.
think, I think power and keeping people busy is another thing, right? Because even though all of the studies show that when people work from home, productivity goes up incrementally. The thing about that is that they always worried about people slacking off. But the thing about it is, if
Yeah.
you're getting better production, I don't care what. Like, my thing is, do they care about the bottom line or not? You know what I mean? Because they don't
So
actually.
that goes
You
to
know what
that
I mean?
control thing you're talking.
Yeah, like, dude,
Yeah.
because they really don't care. I don't think it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
So
I got
let me
up on
share
my
some.
too because we was working from home. I was working from home for a year and a half, and it was the worst and the best experience, right? Worst experience because the kids hated it, but the best experience because I never had to leave the comfort of my home to do my
But
job.
that's why I think it changes like field to field. Some fields probably are just fine being at home, but other fields is probably more difficult, like education. So, for instance, we've been doing a lot of classes online, but it was nothing like we had last week. Last week the experience
The
was like
energy is totally different because you can
yeah,
actually see and feel and hear
and you can
people.
see like when they're getting it, when they have a question but not sure they want to
The
ask. Like you
conversations were completely different.
they were so involved, and I was like, damn, I actually missed this a little bit. But
Yeah.
let me share something real fast. I want to see if I could show this. I probably have to share my whole screen. But yeah, let me know when my screen is up, Core, because I'm gonna switch it up. Can you see these videos on my screen, Core? Let me know when you can.
Yep, now I can.
All right, so let me unmute this. I want to play this for you. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. But this dude right here, survey, he works for this company.
Bring in Tom Gimbel, founder and CEO of LaSalle Network.
Well, hold on, before can you hear that? Can you hear the audio?
I can hear her. Yeah, she's talking.
All right. So this is a guy, by the way. Let me give a little preface. His name is Tom Gimbel. He's the founder and CEO of LaSalle Network, and he did a study about the labor market. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of this.
A national staffing and recruiting firm. Great to have you on. Want to get your thoughts on more than 500,000 jobs added this past month. In a month, I might note that it tends to be seasonally weak, in part because of the weather. Are you, given what you're seeing at your firm, surprised to see it come in so much stronger than expected?
Where are the streamers, the balloons, and the champagne? I mean,
we had balloons over Montana right now.
Let me tell you, it doesn't get any better than this. So anybody that's saying anything other than Yahoo, let's go, is crazy. We're seeing that small and medium-sized companies are hiring as much as they ever have, and the numbers indicate that. Well, people got scared off from big tech who thought the pandemic behavior would last for forever, and they overhired. And now we're seeing small and medium-sized businesses that have always been the fuel of this economy are going to drive this thing for the next year.
Yeah, the weekly claims data has not shown any signs of the churn we've seen in the tech sector and some of the layoffs we've seen from some.
All right, so I got
in the CEO of LaSalle Network.
All right, so what he was saying is like, let me stop sharing that for a second.
He was saying basically that big businesses are laying off because they overhired, and medium and small size businesses have been consistently hiring, and that the jobs numbers are proving that out. So two things are going to happen.
Part of what he also said.
Look at a rising wave of job cuts.
Real fast. But part of also what he said was, all right, that's a tech issue. But listen though, part of also what he said. And let me know if you can hear me, Core, because I know that I told you every time I try to share it acts a little wild every time I try to share a video. But part of what he said is you have that rise. He said, but what it's going to actually lead to, and that's the part that kind of cut off on, is because people want to work from home, is going to be a very competitive job market. And he said, and this number was ridiculous. He could see as much as 85% of the workforce switching their employers because people are basically going out there looking for the best package. Like, who's going to let me work from home? Who's going to pay me what I want? So kind of like some a little bit of power in the employees' hands because of how everything is seemingly shifting.
So they're just the one thing that's going to combat that is the rising of the of tax of the oh my god, Jerome Powell,
Interest rates?
the interest rates. And here's why. As long as those jobs numbers going up, so will interest rates. Because my thing is this: what they want to do is get it to full employment and then have it stop. And so if we're passing full employment and with those small and medium sized jobs, they're going to keep raising the interest rate until they have to start laying off there too. Because what they want to do is bring balance to it, right? Because if all of those, if everybody's working, that's also bad, right? Because they got to get a certain percentage of people that are like, this country functions on dysfunction. So like it has to be a certain amount of dysfunction for this country to actually function correctly. So because of the way that it's currently set up. So there has to be a certain amount of dysfunction. So as long as those numbers going up, your everyday average person is going to have to pay more. So if that job market gets more competitive, the thing is they're going to, with rising salaries, they're going to keep raising those interest rates. The interest rates are never going to stop going up as long as salaries are. The interest rate will go down when salaries go down.
Well, I mean, only time will tell. We'll see how it plays out. But the ability to actually work from home is changing things too, because I spoke with someone else today who is moving out of the state. They're moving out of Philadelphia. They're moving down south. And I'm like, well, you got a 6-figure job up here. They're like, well, I work from home. I'm gonna be able to do it down there.
That's what my sister did.
I'm like, damn.
My sister she processed claims for like a healthcare job. And as a supervisor, she never goes into the office.
Yeah.
So her job is here. The home base of the job is here, and she in a whole different state.
Dope. Hey, listen, man.
I'm like, that's risky as hell, though.
Well, see, that's the thing. Is she doing it without them knowing? Or, matter of fact, we shouldn't even talk about this. We're on a live platform. But what I'm gonna say is, I'm reading what Dawn said. I'm actually considering getting back into the office. I can, but I need my own space. I don't want to be in an open space. That's why I hesitate. I have privacy here. Yes, I guess it depends upon how your office is structured. Healthcare never stopped working. Fumbled that unemployment bag. That's true. Healthcare folks was, they had they operator joints on getting busy. When you go into these large businesses, you have to think about the low-level employees. If everyone's working from home, the only security guards, janitors, maintenance men, cafeteria workers, etc. Good point.
Yeah, they lose their jobs.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, they're represented by companies a lot of times. So going in affects what people pay in city wage tax. I thought city wage tax was paid regardless. Well,
no. I didn't know. You have to be physically working in the city for you to have to pay it. Yeah,
but if your employer is in the city and you're working from home,
you don't.
I guess it depends, right? So if you're a government employee, let's just say for argument's sake, if you're a city employee, you have to live in the city. So that's interesting. Because I thought that matter of fact, you pay city wage tax if you work in the city, right?
Yeah.
But if your employer is in a city, you still have to pay city wage tax. Even if you live outside the city, but you work in the city, you pay city wage tax.
I'll tell you this. Before I took this job I got this job with the city now. I mean, I work in a school, right? And I pay the city wage tax. That's my second biggest tax.
No, I get that. But that's what I'm saying. So I don't know how working home. I got to look that up, but good point, Gohan. I got to check that because if that's an issue, that's an issue. But I don't know how that affects it. I thought you had to pay that regardless. The race dynamics come into play as well. They don't.
They don't want. That's factuals.
Yeah, that sense of peace. Hey, listen. By the way, that was an amazing post earlier, Latoya, too. On I saw your post
factuals.
TikTok and IG. Like that's what I'm about. Protect your energy, yo. It's been an employee market for the past year. Yeah, helped me double my business revenue and pay myself more.
Dang.
Working from home. Working from home. That's probably what they're trying to avoid. That right there. Sam was really good. City wage tax is still come out of my coin. That's what I thought. You got to pay that.
Nah, we got a different John though, because my man said he live in Westchester and he work in the city, but he don't pay no taxes. No city wage
dog.
tax.
City wage tax. City wage tax comes out. It's not city wage tax has nothing to do with where you live.
It's about where you work.
Yeah, peace, Jose. Peace. So, but when you work in the city, right? If you live in Westchester, but what city are you speaking of?
Probably live in Westchester, like Westchester, West. But he worked in.
Yeah, but if you work in the city of Philadelphia, you pay wage tax.
No, he works in Westchester. I guess he works in Westchester.
All right.
So he don't pay the city wage tax.
That's different. New York City don't have. I don't know. New York City don't have, like, Philadelphia has a city wage tax. I don't know if NYC has. I don't know what NYC has. He's talking about in New York City though, not Philly. In Philly, if your employer is in Philadelphia, you pay a city wage tax. It don't matter where you can live in.
Yeah, it don't matter where you from. Yeah, in Philadelphia. Yeah, in Philadelphia it's different. Like, so every athlete that comes here, like as an away athlete, the game they play here, they pay city wage tax.
I was going to bring that up in a second. As I was reading that Octavia says, the traveling nurse, I pay taxes per city, not where the company is. I remember finding out about that when I first learned about that was Vince Carter, right? When Vince Carter was begging to get out of Toronto. And one of the reasons he stated was how he's taxed. And he was talking about having to pay, when he goes in a road game, he has to pay taxes on every city. He said, but then the taxes in Canada are like double what he would pay just by playing for a team in the States. And I'm like, damn, I never even knew that. Anyway, it's probably why Kawhi tried to get out of there too.
Yep.
Yeah, but also, but think about this too, though. You make a lot of coin because you damn near represent a whole country. So
yeah, but you get your coinage cut off in taxes. You get smacked in the head.
You make so much more coin. I mean, it is what it is, man. If you're in the NBA, the base salary now is so high, I ain't crying for none of them.
Oh, I'm not crying, but I know what they paying in taxes. So the taxes they getting hit with is dumb. Like, they getting hit. Like, Steph Curry make like $36 million this year, and he only taking home 15.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to that dude who started that TikTok channel where he breaks all that down. I was like, that's a good idea. That's what I'm telling you. The creators on TikTok is something different. They just come up with ideas, and I'm like, damn, that was dope. So I pay NYC tax and Westchester County tax. Wicked business. Yeah, folks out here getting taxed crazy. At my job, you get a rebate on city wage tax for the days you telework. They give folks a form to submit with their tax returns. Okay, that's interesting. I'm in Ohio, getting in Ohio. NYC. Ross, what's really good?
Years old.
Just claim injury like LeBron did on a break. Yo, shout out to Kyrie who just asked for a trade and got NBA Twitter going nuts. Because
man, listen, he did see in context. This is the chain of events. Kevin Durant got hurt. He's holding the team down like a star should. He asked for an extension. Like, look, I don't really actually want to leave. Y'all treated me like poop, but I don't actually want to leave. He asked for an extension. Like, look, let me stay here. And they was like, nah, bruh. He was like, all right, get me out of here now.
All right, so if you want to really break down the chain of events, they offered him an extension last year. He turned them down initially.
Nah, they didn't offer him an extension.
They
didn't offer him a full extension. He wanted the full 4-year extension, and they was like, nah.
They offered him an extension last year before.
They didn't offer him 4 years. They didn't offer him the same deal that they gave Durant. He was like, look, I want my extension to match his. And they was like, nah, bruh.
I mean, I don't knock them for that either, though. I mean,
I'm not mad at them, but so when you say they offered him an extension, they offered him a 1+1 deal, which is basically not an extension.
From my understanding, again, I'm not going on the record and claiming anything, but from what I read, he was offered an extension until before all the Kyrie stuff. But with all that being said, though, he's got them going crazy right now. We shall see what happens, man. NBA is just nuts right now. Speaking of data, and I know we talking business and we talking about employees and going into the workplace, but one of the things I saw that was like taking me out with data was the NBA scoring, right? I was looking at the folks that made the All-Star team, and Julius Randle made the All-Star team. You know, Julius Randle's averaging 25 a game. At 25 a game, dude is number 20 in scoring. Do you know how absolutely insane that is?
Yeah.
Put it like this: AI won the scoring title at 26 a game.
Yep.
This dude is averaging 25.
LeBron, Kevin Durant won the scoring title at like 27 a game, 28 a game. He won like 3 scoring titles at 27 or 28 points a game. he averaged 30 one time. He only
but
averaged
all I know
like
is AI. I know AI averaged like 26.5 or 7, something like that, and won the scoring title. This dude is averaging 25 and is 20th place. 20th place. That's insane. Anyway, so let's see what Vidon says. They did offer him an extension, but he wanted a full max.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
So you think somebody's gonna give him a full max?
No, I would never give him a full max. But that's just me on the business side. But
man, my dude plays part-time, dog.
That's not.
I mean, you count the games he's played over the last since he's been in Brooklyn, and tell me if it's half the games that he had the ability to play in.
He didn't want to be a part-time player. He also didn't want to take that stupid ass shot. So
listen, all that being said, I'm not telling you why. I'm just telling you I'm giving you data. Data is you had these amount of games to play, and you played these amount of games. Anyway, that means they don't have stuff set up right. Ball players need to be getting paid as entities and paying themselves a paycheck, taking on all their stuff, travel, employees, trainers. Yeah, but then your entity still has to pay tax regardless of where you play.
Yep.
That's the taxation rules. So it doesn't matter whether
it
you're traveling.
None of that changes how you get taxed.
Yeah, they still want to get them tax dollars. Everything gets taxed. Yeah, listen, there's one person in this world, man, that I don't want no beef with. That's Uncle Sam. Because you can't win that fight.
You got the power of the whole government on your neck.
You can't win. They literally have the ability to go into your accounts and take your bread. Like, that's a fight you don't want. You may be cool with fighting a lot of people, but you don't want that fight. That makes no sense not to take care of the player who leads the team bench and he sits on NBA board for players. They don't got 401ks in the NBA. NBA does have a retirement plan.
Yeah, they do.
They have a pension plan too. They do have that.
You got it's a vested joint though. Like you got to play for a certain amount of years to get vested into.
I'm not sure the exact amount of time. Maybe somebody can tell us what the time is, but I know the NFL has one, NBA has one.
They all got one. All the majors got one. You just got to get vested to get.
Yeah, what the vesting requirements are, I'm not sure what the vesting requirements are, but with all that being said, though, man, getting back to
speaking of that, did you hear the conversation Warren Sapp was talking about? Warren Sapp was talking about. He said, listen, in the NFL, after 5 years, they cut off your health insurance.
Oh yeah, he talked about like going into the Hall of Fame and then not having health insurance.
He said the same time I go into the Hall of Fame, they cut off my health insurance. Who's going to insure a dude that's been playing in the NFL for 15 years, 60% of the plays? No one.
Warren Sapp could have got health insurance from his other job, but he lost that because he didn't want to pay sis after he
he did what he did.
Yeah, he tried to order some yams up and then he didn't want to pay that ticket. I'm like, if you want to order the yams up, at least pay for the
you got like you tricking, boss.
Yo, he ain't think she was gonna report her. But he was like, what you gonna do? Go to the cops? Like, you ain't supposed to be doing this. And she was like, hold my beer.
Maybe my coins, old head.
Yeah, she wanted her chicken. I mean, and the funny thing is, he was actually pretty good on TV too. Like him and Marshall Faulkner be funny, but I mean, he lost that job, man. Like we said, Uncle Sam froze my 7 cents. He don't play. Uncle Sam, if it will get his dog, he gonna get his. He is gonna get his.
Yeah,
you see the point where a granny smuggled 11,000 pounds of chicken.
I was reading that story. That was absolutely chaotic, bro.
Yeah,
yo, you see the joint where they burnt down the egg plant? like the plant where they process the eggs, like they burnt down one of them Jones, like 20,000 birds died, and like if you think egg prices is high now,
the world is out of control right now, man. After 3 years, they're vested. They get max benefits after a 10-year career. So after a 10-year career, you get max benefits. That's good information. That's good information right there. Some people just like to work to get away from family. It's funny. I was talking to an uncle, right? He's in his 70s, and he had a great job. Retired, got plenty of money. Money's not his issue, but he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, I'm struggling," and I said, "With what?" He was like,
being home.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I get up in the morning and I just like," he said, "I be looking around, I be wanting to work." And I'm like,
that's why my pop won't retire.
I was like, "Dude," I said, "You've been working since you were in your 20s. You've been working for a 50 piece." He was like, "That's part of the problem." He was like, "The funny thing is," he was like, "I've been working so much and I enjoyed my job so much." He was like, "I don't even really know what I like."
Yo.
And it was just interesting to have this conversation where
my pop refuses to retire. I literally just had this conversation with my pop.
Yeah,
I was like, "Yo, you got plenty of chicken, bro." I was like, "Why you get up at 5:30 every morning?" He was like, "Because that's what I've been doing for the last 45 years."
Yep, and that's what he told me. He was like, "I'm struggling." He was like, "I get up." He was like, "I don't have nowhere to be." He was like, "I could travel and all that." He said, "But at some point, I don't even want to do that." He said, I said, "Dog, you need to figure something out." I was like, "But, I was like, you in your 70s, dog. You ain't be trying to go into nobody's office." You know what I mean? He was like, "Well, maybe I could find a work from home job or something." I said, "Well, go see if you can find that."
What's crazy is my pop got a
that thing. But I think it's a generation thing too. Like the way that generation before us, they look at work is like they look at work different.
Yeah, they do. And so my pop, I forced this dude to go on a 2-week long vacation. I said, "Yo, you need to go out the state, because if he's in the state, he will find a way to work." I said, "You got to go somewhere far enough where you can't work."
That's why this comment is so interesting. Some people like to work to get away from family. Like some people just like they need that work becomes part of who they are, and without it, it kind of changes things. You know what I mean? Like so that's always interesting. Like I saw someone on Twitter, a millennial. She said, "I told my parents I was taking a day off work, like for mental health," and she was like, "They looked at me like I committed a crime." The generation thing. These kids out here, dog, they about their self-care life. They going take their time. Whoa. They don't care that whole grind culture. They ain't with that.
Out. Yo, listen.
They ain't about that life.
I had to cover 2 classes today because 8 teachers called out.
Listen, they're gonna take them days, and I love them for that. Like,
hey, listen, I am not angry at them. I was like, damn, like they just don't care.
They said they were about to see Mayo production stop.
Yeah, Hellman's stop producing in I forget what country it was. They was like, "We can't send it over there. No, it's just too much. It costs too much to have Hellman's mayonnaise in your country."
Yeah, Latoya, that's the point right there. You got to take time to develop your hobbies. And so for those that are watching that are still working, like, what are your hobbies and interests? Like, you got to find that out now. Some people have another life at work. You spend more time with coworkers than your own family. Like Facts. my guy on Good Morning America.
my man was bagging.
Yeah, my man fell in love with his work wife. Work was their entire identity. Many people didn't have an opportunity to figure out their own dreams. They never tapped into themselves. My grandfather worked well into his 90s. Dog, I look at Warren Buffett. He was talking this week. I'm like, yo, he's 92. He still get up every day and go to work. Like, 92? I'm like,
my man done touched $200 billion.
Yeah.
Easy.
See, Jose said my grandma's like that, fully retired, but won't sit down to save her life. The elders take pride in working hard, especially when they have time and in seniority. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Past generations look at work as an obligation. This generation, including me, looks at work as slavery. Damn. I'm somewhere in between. I don't look at work as, I guess it depends upon what you do. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't feel like I can leave my job tomorrow. I don't feel enslaved. Like,
well, shout out to all the teachers on TikTok too, man. It's some funny teacher content on TikTok. And I think it's dope the way that some of these younger teachers are using it to connect with their students in a different way. I mean, not the ones that's, because let me shut up. But it is dope to see some of the content on there. Jobs want you to feel at home at work. My company has free breakfast, lunch, and dinner, unlimited bev, cookies. Wow, what's the point of going home? You gotta get like you see what Ocho Cinco said that when he first got to the Bengals, they had the same thing set up. He was like, and he got caught, like not caught because he didn't think it was a problem. He said he didn't buy a house. He said I lived at the stadium. He said that Marvin Lewis came to him one day like, yo, dog, you gotta get an apartment or something. Like, what is you doing? He was like, I get fed here. I got showers here. He was like, I got my PlayStation. He was like, I'm trying to study 24/7 anyway to be the best receiver. He was like, so why would I spend money on a place when I'm going to be here anyway? Yeah, that's how Google.
He lived at the facility.
Yo, them folks in Google got it like that. They got private chefs in that joint. Chad said all that, and I'm still staying home.
As you should. As you should.
Mayo was already $6, damn near triple, the same price as avocado mayo. Damn. Mayonnaise game is crazy. Like, I don't buy mayonnaise like that, so I didn't realize that the mayonnaise. I mean, eggs. I know what eggs are. I was in Sam's Club a couple weeks ago, dog, in the egg section. Like, they rolled them out, and it was almost like a stampede in that joint. I was like, yo, chicken's got all the power in this world. They don't even know it. They cater every Tuesday and Thursday, vegan, gluten free, fast pizza fry. Yo, damn. Chance, where you got a gig at?
Right. I'm about to go post up at her gig.
Which Chaz, who employ you? Like, you know, with all that. He was still looking for a job at 92. He retired in his 60s, sat down for 2 weeks and went back and got back on his grind. Like, baby, Daddy needs some more money and something to do. So the thing is this though. I have had jobs, but like the thing is, I've had like more flexible type positions though, where I'm allowed to do kind of
whatever you
want. My whole
want.
thing is working from a laptop. That's my whole thing. I need you know to be able to work from a laptop. I was having a conversation earlier with shout out to Coach Carter, Malik. Me and Malik talked for a while today, and I was telling him, I was like, yo, I want to be able to really just be a digital nomad. That's my whole goal. I want to do everything from a phone. Speaking of, I'm gonna get back to that. I want to do everything from a phone, but I just want to wake up like in Bali one day, then the next day I'll be somewhere like at a soccer match in like Russia, not Russia though.
Yeah, stand away from.
Isn't it amazing how like programmed we are though? Because there's certain parts of the world.
Russia is an Asian country. Like,
I look at a map, right, and as I look at the map, I realize how this American propaganda has me looking at other countries and other territories, right? But the one thing I do realize is it works both ways, right? One of the powers of having a fire stick, not that I have one, I'm just saying if you ever have one, you could pick up like TV literally from anywhere. If you ever watch like Russian propaganda, dog, the way they talk about us,
it's dirty.
The way they talk about us will make me scared to come here if I wasn't here already. So it kind of works both ways.
It's
that passion job. I'm able to make change with my organization and help my community. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you find something like that, I'm not going to say that I hate that saying, like you find something you love to do, you never work a day in your life. That's BS. But it does. Sometimes it can't.
You find something you love to do, you'll work every day of your life. You just won't care.
Yeah, it will give you purpose though. That ain't free. They charging you a check. Chaz, that ain't free. That's coming out of your check. Yeah, they getting that from
you find something you love to do, you'll work every single day of your life.
Yeah, but how you treat it is different. So that's the thing. Like it's about whatever work it is, man. Like I said, the people that I find who have the most passion, and just as
work the hardest.
But also the teachers, dog. Teachers, like a lot of them love their job.
I won't stop doing it. I can't like, you know how many times I tried to give it up. Like I'm a junkie. Like I tried to give up teaching like 4 different times, and every time I get drawn back because the students draw me back. Like,
I understand. It's funny. I understand it because I'm not a teacher by trade, but like hanging around with you, like and doing the work that we do, I get it. It's almost like an entertainer when they on stage. And they commanding a crowd.
It's exactly like that.
And they get that energy back. Like it's
exactly like that. When the crowds go away, you feel crazy. Like I feel crazy when I'm not teaching.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So that's definitely important. Working within your passions and purpose is easier on your psyche. This is true. Shout out to Ashley, one of my
Hey, what's going
one
on?
of my connects. You know what I mean? Wretched content connects. You know what I'm saying?
She had the Pulp Fiction dress on this week. The John with the frills on it. Yeah,
Shout
the
out to
Pulp
Ash.
Fiction John on. I was like, oh.
Yeah, Ash be fly out there, man. Shout out to Ash, man. She one of my connects on the content, and she's sending you a shout out right here, Corey.
Ashby, wild out.
Same here, Corey. As a nurse, it's like I need my Alzheimer's and old people fixed. Yo, I've actually heard people say that though. Like they I've heard other nurses say that. Not personally, but like in on TV, they talk about like the high of, and it's almost like you watch Grey's Anatomy, and every 5 minutes in Grey's Anatomy, the doctors and nurses always telling you about how they save people's lives. I'm like, yo, that's like a drug addiction.
It is. It's literally because it produced the same endorphins. Like it produced the same feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a high. Like when I see a student and they getting it, that's an ultimate high. Or when you get that thank you from a student, like I had a student come back to the school to visit and tell the other students how, like, damn, like this is important because because Mr. Camp was telling, like, if he telling you it's important, it's important. You know what I mean? Like when you get that kind of feedback.
That's why I ain't built for that. I'm too emotional for that. I be in that joint balling. I can't handle that.
Fill out.
Yeah, but that'd be like one of them. It's like when I'm in the crib watching them soldier come home videos, dog. That's the most emotional thing on the internet, by the way. I see the budget. They got work environment fund for food, beautician, like flowers and stuff. First job that issues mental health days to take off. Dope. I want somebody like me to take care of me. Helping those who can't help themselves is where my heart is. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Oh man, look at y'all, man. Y'all out here doing God's work, man. Salute to all y'all out here, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, like for me, I don't make enough money to care about my job for money. You know what I mean? Like I get paid nice because I have a specific niche, but I don't get paid enough where I wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I keep leaving and coming back is because they keep trying to underpay me.
It's so beautiful.
Set up with adults.
Purpose. Yeah, toy. That's dope. Yeah. So some of y'all addicts too. Y'all just don't recognize it. The nurses, the teachers, the doctors, like y'all addicts too.
It's crazy addicting.
Ashley said that she was thinking Tina Turner, not Pulp Fiction. Now I gotta go rewatch it. That movie.
I mean, Tina Turner, she did. Yeah, that's definitely the Rolling on the River joint. Yeah, that's what you did. That's what is it? The Rolling on the River joint.
That movie traumatized me as a kid. The Ving Rhames scene. Listen, Ving Rhames traumatized me before that when he played what was it, Holiday Heart? Because I was just confused, like, because that's Ving Rhames. It's definitely dopamine rush when my students take profits. I'm proud of them. That's dope too. She said, "Taste I done quit nursing 3 times in 10 years."
Yeah, man. Like when they start, like every time I quit, it's never the students. It's always the adults with the book, like with the BS. I'm like, I can leave this job, right? Like my degree is a degree everywhere. It's not just here. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, I literally can leave my job tomorrow and I'll be working again by Monday. Like if I left my job today, if I was to quit Monday morning, I'd be working somewhere else because of my credentialing. So like get out my, like leave me alone.
I thought I was the only person that saw Holiday Heart. Until I'll be watching some wild stuff. I mean, I watch wild stuff, not to be wild, but wild. Because
yo, I actually watched Tubi last night just to see what people was talking about. Yo, they be wilding, bro.
Tubi is
wilding.
That's another level. That's another level that I can't.
I'm like, what is the budget that you make? Like, did you make this on an iPhone? Like, what are y'all be doing?
Who owns Tubi though? Now I gotta do the knowledge. I gotta do the math on Tubi, the actual platform though.
Yo, because he is wilding on that job. I was like, think about it. This iPhone footage.
Here's the thing, right? Everybody's talking about Tubi now because of that though. Who owns Tubi?
I have no idea.
You're gonna find out Tubi's owned by one of these big boys, and that's like their little side project. I don't know who owns Tubi. Maybe one of y'all guys know who owns Tubi.
Yeah, y'all do the knowledge. I don't feel like looking up who owns Tubi.
And outside of who owns Tubi, how many of y'all watch Tubi? That's what I really need to know. Which one of y'all out here watching Tubi? That's the real question, Cole. Who out here really watching Tubi?
I did it as an experiment because I heard so much about it. I was like, I gotta find something. I gotta find something.
All right, here we go. So here's a question. Would they be wrong if they lowered the amount of insurance or offer lower premiums coverage if you work from home? How about only receiving half of your yearly sick days because you work from home? So basically, would you work from home if you had to negotiate like a package? I mean, I'd be
You
willing
can
to
try
do
it. I still got kids and stuff. You can try it. If I'm working from home and I got a job where I'm in demand, you're not taking nothing.
I'm surprised Quan Mills didn't turn down his books in the Tubi films. Don't give it time.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it time. Give it time. Tubi, Freevee, Amazon Live. Are you saying that Tubi? What? I'm not sure what he's trying to communicate with that one. Tubi, Freevee, Amazon Live. All my Detroit folks rave about Tubi because it's the home. Okay. Y'all got a bunch of movies on there. Yo, Core, something else I want to tell you too, man. You know what I'm saying? My Galaxy Fold is about to be out of here, bro. I definitely
You getting that S23?
I already ordered, already paid for it. Like I'm just literally just waiting for it to get here. I'm just literally just waiting for it to get here. Like, what are we even talking about, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my fold ain't going nowhere though. You see what I did to my fold when we was together, bro?
Dog. Yeah, Corey is rough on phone. And Corey was dribbling this John like he was out here. He was like looking like Kenny Anderson doing crossovers with the joint, man. Like,
yo, I dropped my phone like 3 times. Yo, that joint fell out my. I had a hoodie on. That joint was like boom.
Yeah. So yeah, S23 on the way, man. Y'all about to see my pictures look all crazy. It says, I watch all the free stuff. Just cut cable and change to YouTube TV. YouTube TV is where it's at. I had YouTube TV for a minute now. Y'all cut the cord so long, bro. Like, it's been literally over a decade. If an employer said they slashed my benefits, I quit.
Immediately.
There she is.
What it is, though?
Cola is in the building.
What it
Cola
is
not officially in the building. Yeah, so YouTube TV is definitely where it's at. Let me see what else we got here. I'm that person though. I learned how to make my own money early in life, so I'll quit a job. Listen, that's the other thing about like having reserves. Having reserves is so important. Real quick though, because we're getting ready to give our do our Bitcoin giveaway. A couple things I want everybody to know. So there's a popular Bitcoin podcast for anybody who listens to crypto. It's called the Bitcoin Source, and it's run by a brother Dawood, who's one of the top writers, and he writes for Bitcoin Magazine. He's one of the top brothers in terms of writing, and he has his own podcast called the Bitcoin Source. So I was interviewed on it this past week, which was dope. I was honored to be interviewed on there. So that should be dropping soon. So I'm gonna share that with y'all. But we had a great conversation about just like value in general and value to our community. Also, I did another one with Dion, the Glad Dad. So all that stuff should be coming out soon. So I'll make sure to share it with y'all. Would the value of commercial property drop if the space isn't occupied by employees? TK, great point. And that's kind of the conversation we were having, right? So a lot of the employers forcing employees to come back in the office is based on commercial property. One of the stories I told when we first came on was talking to a client of mine whose employer literally told her that this is the only reason. In fact, showed the data that they actually they're more productive from home, but because of commercial real estate, y'all got to come on in. I saw that Disney CEO, he said that creativity dies when you work from home. And in the space they're in, he needs people to be able to be together to like throw ideas and creative.
That's legitimate though in that space. But you're talking about some of these jobs, a monkey could do these jobs.
One of the reasons that no matter what asset class is out there, I always love land is because land can go through transitions where it's used as one thing this day, and the next day is used as something else, but it always will be used. So I think that what we'll see over the next, decade or so is just that commercial space being repurposed.
Yep.
It's going to have its value. It will be used, but it may be repurposed. I always talk about the story I read about law firms in Philadelphia occupying so much commercial space, and most of that commercial space was used literally for files.
Yep.
So now, based on not just the pandemic, but also everyone moving a storage to the cloud, all that space is not needed. So now those commercial spaces, what they found were the people that owned the buildings were turning them into cloud storage facilities. Like, okay, so now you can put your servers here. So they're going to cloud companies and renting spaces out just for cloud storage. So we'll see that. But TK, that's a great point, though. Commercial property spaces change based upon what's going on in the world. And one of the
Just
things
like
in the
here,
world is
you ever see one of those pictures of what they do the city in 1955, and now you see it now, and it looks totally different because everything gets repurposed, right? The world moves. The world moves on, right? If you look at a pic from the 1960s or 1970s, 1980s, you might find 2 or 3 buildings that's the same as they was 60, 70 years ago. You're not going to find that the neighborhoods look anything is like, except for something like Chestnut Hill here in our city, like that joint like barely ever changes. But besides that one point in the city, like everything else, like if you look at the downtown of a city, that joint turn over like every 20 years. Like, because people change.
Things go in cycles.
Yeah. So
yeah, but it's interesting to see just how, and Moore's law and all that, how fast things are changing now. Because man, I'm looking at technology and just how fast things are changing, and it's like it's like blowing my mind. Like one of the things that happened on this past year is they killed the iPod, right? They're no longer making iPods. Apple doesn't even make iPods no more. But in doing that, they were going over the history of it, and I'm like, that was that long ago. But also just
2005, 2006, right?
How fast technology moves is absolutely insane, right? Talking to some kids about like Netflix sending movies in the mail, and the kids were like, "They did what?" They didn't even know that was a
movies
thing.
And video games through the mail.
Yeah, they like, huh? Like Netflix is a streaming service. I'm like, well, it always wasn't, but we move so fast now. So another thing about during that interview and on the Bitcoin source, he recommended a book for me, and I got the book. I just started it, so I can't tell y'all guys how good it is, but the first chapter is pretty good. It's called Hook Point. The book is called Hook Point: Living in the 3-Second World, and the book is basically about how our we have like short attention spans now, and based on that, the way you communicate, right? Whether you're at work, whether you're online, you have to be able to condense things and tell stories and exchange ideas in shorter formats, right? So that book is excellent, and so far I'll report back when I finish it. But one of the points he was making in terms of this overall conversation is about like in the workplace, right? Whether you're online, if you're working from home, or whether you're in the office and you're working in the office, like the way that you have to be able to communicate because of so much technology is you have to be able to get your point across. Like you can't even use 140 characters no more. Like you have to be able to get your point across. He said, we have access to so much information. And this is the data point I was getting to, which is like, wow. He said, the average person now with a smartphone has more information than the president had throughout the 90s, than the actual president. That's how much information we have. So with all that information out there, we have to adjust the way we communicate. So, but I thought that was crazy. I was like, damn, just a regular average person, a regular run-of-the-mill Joe with an iPhone has more information than that president in the 90s. So that's nuts. That's nuts. Crazy. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the name of the book, man. All right. So who said got a book drop? Millionaire Next Door, Millionaire Mindset. Yeah, I read both of those. Millionaire Next Door is probably in my top 20, maybe. It's not top 5, but it's definitely maybe top 10, For cable cutting, look up Troy Point. You won't regret it. Troy Point. I'm not familiar with that body of work, but let me write that down real quick. Look at me and Corey both write it down.
I didn't even write it down. I'm typing that joint straight in.
Yeah, Troy Point. Let's see what you're talking about. Troy Point. Okay. All right. So I got that written down. Troy Point. We're gonna see what Troy Point is working with.
I like that.
Hotels and malls being converted to apartments. All right, so let's see. That's why everything is moving to slide decks. It's kind of annoying. Let me also call out, we have access to information yet we don't know how to use it in actual. That's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other conversation, right? Because it's not just about having information, it's all about deciphering it. And
what can you do with that information?
Also, because of that, you have people that are being able to put out a bunch of BS information. How do you know what's really good and what's not good?
You really got to spend time trying it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, but yeah, that book was like just breaking things down. I was like, that book has me rethinking a lot of things, like in terms of just communication. The phenomenon with even having students do the heavy lifting with their learning, and then as a teacher of a hard subject, having to explain huge concepts in less than 5 minutes with having them get it. If not, they'll be ignoring you on their phones in class. That too. Yeah, that too. So, but that book talks about you have to be able to catch someone in 3 seconds or it's done. Or it's a wrap. And the crazy part is, as much as I talk about that, I realize that it's affected me too. Like, y'all guys know I'm a YouTube. Me and Jamil, we love YouTube. But I click on YouTube and something says 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm cool.
Automatically, I'm good.
And that's probably because my time spent on TikTok. Millionaire Next Door was trash. No, it wasn't. It was not. Yo, Don, come on, man. Then you be hating on a lot of stuff. That book was not trash. And
I'm
that book
in my top 20.
You got to put it in perspective, right? So before that book, and you can go back and look it up. Before that book, the idea of what a millionaire was kind of like, and even to this day, still, even with that book being out there, most people still have a different idea of what a millionaire is versus.
I like conceptually what the book does, though.
Yeah, but also, I don't think that Millionaire Next Door is not even that long, though. Like you said, it should have been a 100-page ebook. It's not even that long of a book. Now you're about to force me to look it up, Don, because Don just like being
contrarian.
Yeah, that book was not trash.
Contrarians are very needed in the world.
Oh no, they are. Now I just gotta see. I gotta see how long the book was, because I don't remember the book being that long.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages.
272. That's not a long book, man. That's not a long book. Cut it out, man. 272 is not a long book. I've read Goldfinch. That's a long book.
I read
War and Peace. Cities. Have you read War and Peace?
Tale of Two Cities is basically War and Peace. That joint is like a 2,000-page book.
I got now. Well, somebody do me a favor. We about to put your ones in the air if you want to join our Bitcoin giveaway. But also, let me know which book is longer, Tale of Two Cities or War and Peace. That's interesting. We also teach using only slide decks, graphics, and step-by-step exemplars, criteria for success. Hey, this is the world we live in now, man. But the point is, everybody has to learn to communicate better. Not just teachers, but like even in your regular conversations online. Shout out to everybody who used to make Facebook statuses and they'd be like 6 paragraphs. I ain't never read none of them. Anyway, we got our ones coming in. Let me pull up the wheel so we can get, get this thing popping. All right, well, you need to know which one of them books is a thicker book. The last long book I read was called Goldfinch, and that was irritating. Go. Here's a point. Everyone isn't a visual learner, though, and that's part of the reason why folks can't distill information properly. All right, Corey, I need your help, bro.
I was last week Tale of Two Cities and seeing how long it was. Give me.
Oh, my bad. Let me pull the actual.
Right, I got it. I'm back. All right, let's go to the top. Chas was first.
Real quick, the guy I'm up in a second. I just gotta say that for those that may be tuning in for the first time, this is our Bitcoin giveaway. Where we will be giving away 2 folks $25 worth of Bitcoin. We do this every Friday. We come live at 7 p.m. pause, and we do our giveaway. So put your one in the chat if you want to be put into our random drawing. Now, You need Cash App, and you need to inbox myself, Corey, or by the hood, like at the end of the show. Also, if your name is called, let us know you're still here. Let's see this comment real quick before I start typing. Millionaire Next Door needs to be read by today's wannabe millionaire, billionaire, cajillionaire to put wealth accumulation in its proper perspective.
Conceptually,
Jose says he said Tale of Two Cities is 288 pages. War and Peace is 1,200 pages.
Yes. It just seemed like the longest book in the history of the world
War
when
and
I was
Peace
trying
was
to read
that, that's
I
probably 'cause it
never
was
tried to watch.
boring,
I never
but
tried to read War and Peace.
War and Peace.
That's one of those books I just skipped over.
I don't
Breaking
even
up.
know if I've ever seen a book like bigger than War and Peace.
You
They
freezing,
don't want
bro.
me sharing my screen, man.
You like the born Mortal Kombat. You go over there freezing. Get over here.
Yo, right, yo. I don't know if you can hear me, Corey, but I'm not saying nothing right now. I'm just typing names in, bro.
All right. Don, cheating ass V Don. Greg, Dawn, Tay, Ash, Toya, Dan, Jovan, Samuel, Raph, Miss Phoenix, Jamil, Tweet Talk, yeah, I ain't even do the cliff notes. Like that section of English, I just failed. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I just refused. Like, I'm not reading that book because it's just too long. Like, what are we talking about here? But we had to. But for when we was doing SAT prep, the book they said that they take the most words out of was Tale of Two Cities, and they wasn't lying. Like every single word was in the joint. Like when we was doing the SAT, I literally all of the vocabulary words was in Tale of Two Cities.
All right,
So I'm
real
glad
quick.
I
So you
asked
should be able to hear me now. You should be able to hear me now.
Yeah.
And Raphael too. By the way, Raphael, I see you trying to cheat, man. Because Raphael is from Tweet Talk, so I see you trying to cheat, bro. I just want you to know I caught you.
But you try to get that 2 for 1.
Yeah, try to get a 2 for me, man. But all right. So again, if your name comes up, you have to let us know that you're still here. You gotta hit us up, and we'll get you paid this evening. We will get you paid this evening. It's Ash Lee. Oh, all right.
She is not having it. Oh, she's not for that.
Hey, look, man. Listen, it's all good.
You about to get.
It's all good, bro. I'm just messing with you. I apologize, Ash. I don't want no smoke. No smoke. But they hate on this giveaway. As soon as I told you every time I share my screen, bro, they start hating on me. But let's get it started.
She
Good
said
luck
take
to
the
everybody.
dash out her name. Her name is Ashley.
I was right there. I got you. I'm not trying to call you Ashy. I was writing how you wrote it. I ain't want no smoke. Now why she win? Because I keep the algorithms, yo.
Yeah.
She know the algorithm. She had me like mess with her name a couple times to make sure she wins. All right, but I'm getting ready to spin, Core. Let me know. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm spinning, bro.
All right, I can hear you.
All right, good luck to everybody. I'm spinning because they hating, so I'm just gonna put the spin. And Ashley, I don't want no smoke. Good luck to everybody.
This joint on tape delay. Jose. Oh, this joint is freezing up like the Arctic Circle out this joint.
All right, but you see Jose, right?
Yeah, I saw Jose win.
All right, here's the next one. Good luck to everybody.
Boy. Congrats, Toya. Yo. You good?
I'm good, fam. I'm literally just being quiet, not saying anything because I didn't want it to sound crazy. But shout out to Jose, shout out to Toya. You guys both won. Now I'm probably back because now I'm not trying to share my screen, so I'm pretty sure that you can hear me now, Corey.
Yep.
Yeah, this don't be acting goofy sometimes, man. But anyway, Jose, shoot me the message. Jose done won so many times, man. I think that I don't even his joint's probably programmed into our Cash App. Toya, shoot us a message. You know, we got you. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. You know, another Friday, another great talk with you guys. For those that are in the MDC, class is Sunday at noon. Make sure you're there. We still making money. And I hope you were in the Discord this week because again, money was just given out in the Discord. Like literally, money is just given out in the Discord. So if you were in the Discord, you should have made a couple $. Anybody who took that Starbucks plate I put out on there on Sunday came up too. That Starbucks 110 put because I know that joint dropped to like 103 today. So we made a quick grub out of that. You know what I'm saying? We ate well. We ate well. But for those in the MDC, make sure you pull up this Sunday at noon. And for everybody else, man, just make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Continue to support. We appreciate it. We love you guys. And we'll see you guys next week. What's the streak looking like on the MD? Yo, Jose, right now we're on fire, bro. Like literally since the end of November, at the beginning of November, going into now in January, is over 90 some odd %, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you know, folks are really cashing in. Like, you know, Core got all the receipts. He posted on his page because folks is getting to it now. With that being said, man, good night, y'all. You know, we love y'all. Please stay safe out there, and we'll see y'all next Friday. Peace.